which is probably rated too many times. Or it's like they're just not very funny. Which I'm saying about myself. Well, it's almost like again.
We are live streamed. But I haven't signed here yet, so when she gets here, we will start.
So 2 minutes. And disclose that to the public. Oh, we don't make it.
Hey Emily, can you hear us? We cannot hear you if you are talking, or see you for that matter.
Okay, how's that?
Great.
It's good.
All right. I'm on my phone, so it was easier to do my phone. Anyway.
We're recording, so other folks don't know why you're not here. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I fractured my hand. And it's really terrible because, see, my 3 little fingers are taped together.
Oh, how fun. No.
So,
How long will you be in?
4
Right.
weeks. 4 weeks. And I did it in Rochester, New York, and I'm still in Rochester, so it's really a big pain.
So you're stuck there? Do you need a ride?
I'm working it out. I'm coming home tomorrow on the train, and then the person I'm staying with, she's going to bring it at Thanksgiving.
Your car? Oh my gosh.
My car, yes.
Wow.
But I'll definitely call on anyone who wants to give me a ride for the next month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, do you want Brendan to lead the meeting, or do you want to lead the meeting?
He can lead the meeting.
Okay, you want this chair? No, it's too much. It's too much, you can take it. Okay, great, so we have quorum. Yes? Okay. Let's call the meeting to order at 6:09. There are no guests, but we welcome public comment. Anyone? Okay. Modifications to the agenda. Okay. So let's move on to the minutes. Has everyone had a chance to read these over?
Julie, any comments? Doing like half those? There's, I think the minutes we have a tutorial,
Territorial.
yeah. One question, okay, you can see this in the transcript, but Brenda, I think you reported on some county legislation and with respect to
I did. I saw this. It was in.
what, really.
I had talked about, well, just that they were discussing the battery energy storage systems.
Okay.
And yeah, I
On
can.
BESS, okay.
Right.
I'll just say it on BESS.
Okay.
Because that's a
Yeah.
different board, right?
Okay.
I can make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know. Can I vote?
You can vote.
Okay.
Your vote counts because there's quorum in the room.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I vote yes.
Okay, and then Emily, Julie, had some edits for me and sort of Brent, so we're, holding the paper now.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything because I can't. type.
Don't worry about it. No.
Okay.
Alrighty, council member appointments. Have we received any?
We have not,
Okay,
nothing to report.
maybe that is something we should dwell on that a little bit when we get to outreach. We can talk, okay, oh, yeah, good, great, all right, then let's move on to old business. Starting with air quality. I don't know, has anyone heard anything? I know Eli's been out for the last month or so.
Yeah.
One of us also gave a presentation in air quality.
You're totally right, an excellent presentation
Yeah.
to a crowd of 200 people almost.
Fantastic, opinionated
Yeah.
people. But yeah, it was quite a 3-minute presentation. I can send it around. It was very basic. I stole some of Eli stuff and just talked about the program, the sensors, the data, the anti-idling law, which was a big mistake to bring up in that room. But people had a lot of strong feelings about it. But it was good. So
Were there any of those, I was thinking about this, any of those comments that people gave that we might want to follow up on or like think more about?
a lot of them were like, why is it 10 minutes?
Yeah,
And, that was the common council. They wanted to know how we reached that decision, which I wasn't even there for. So thank you, Emily and Julie, for
Mhm.
sticking to help there. Someone talked about the New York State law, and then enforcement as well, but, I think those are all things we've talked about. And there's not much we can do about a 10-minute law, because that wasn't our decision, so.
I will also make a note that, it is a new city initiative that all municipal vehicles are currently, as we speak, being outfitted with GPS systems. And one of the data that is being tracked is idling. And so the policy around the data and the information and the accountability hasn't been determined yet, but it is possible that the use of these GPS systems and the monitoring of it could impact idling.
Is that data we might have access to at some point, especially if, like, they remove names?
I don't know. I can find out.
It might be interesting to analyze, like, how long vehicles are idling, and where.
What we won't know is the baseline. I mean, we won't know pre-GPS, how much people are currently idling. We'll only know once they're being tracked. If that is even going to be something that is tracked, I can't say that it is. It's just a functionality of the GPS that could be an option. But I can look into that and find out.
And what is the current law on that right now?
For idling, it's, can't idle for longer than 10 minutes, and there's some exceptions. I think we talked about this when you were becoming a member, but
Yeah.
the temperature is, well, if there's a snow emergency, if the temperature is consistently below a certain threshold, I think, for 40 years.
20.
Or- or was it 25? But then it's for like 2 hours.
So 2 hours, that's it, something like that. You can idle for longer than 10 minutes, or if, I think that on the opposite end, there's something about heat as well. And then also, if you have a refrigerated truck, you can idle, or if your construction vehicle performing duties, you can idle. So there's a few.
If you're working out of your truck.
Yeah.
Or if you have there might be something about passengers, like if you're a bus or something.
Mhm.
I don't know, I'd have to look at it. But it's, the state has a 5-minute idling law for heavy duty vehicles. This applies to all vehicles. Whether it's on your property, on city property, whether it's a city vehicle or personal vehicle, it's all vehicles.
And then the state 5-minute law will also rely on top of this.
Yes,
Okay.
and it went into effect in 2021.
Is there any formal pathway where we can hear about how many complaints were filed to that? Like for the idling piece of that?
What do you?
Well, I remember a year ago that you were saying that someone from the police department had expressed like they were going to talk with someone about they got a complaint about idling, they went out to this like truck in question and then they like slapped up.
Yes,
Yeah. The law,
yes.
which made me think that a lot of people are calling in about idling. Or
It'd be interesting to know the complaints and then also how many like tickets or citations or whatever.
that would be interesting.
Yeah. Like all this data would be cool to see.
Would be, and
Can find out.
I'd also like to know where the complaints are happening the most.
Like if there is an area of the
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
I can also, I can ask KPD, but also we have a Q alert system that people can put into a, like, I see a pothole.
Oh.
It's at this address, and I can see if people have put in idling into the Q alert system. That'd be interesting.
so is that the 311 thing?
Yes,
Okay,
so I'll find out about tickets, warnings, complaints, and 311.
Hmm.
For idling. And about if we can get data from the GPSs.
that's great.
And was there any other notable comments?
That was mostly it, they focused solely on the idling law. Just rough. But we don't.
I think people liked your PowerPoint as well.
Yeah, I think they just didn't have much to say about the
Yeah.
other sections, because there's not much to say about. it. Yeah, it was fun.
Sweet, okay,
Hello,
so-
this is Emily. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I thought I would, what about if we take this to the committee and public safety and ask them to decrease the time for idling? Now
To-
that it's been in place for a while.
To 5?
Yeah, 5, 3. Whatever they would be willing to do. I mean, the problem right now is that there's some people leaving and, it would, if we ask them in January, they have to kind of relearn everything, but I don't think we have time to do anything in this calendar year.
Well, where we got the data to support
Yeah.
the argument, like these reports, but by the time the cops get there, people are gone. That might support having a shortened time. Does that make no?
No, that'd be the
Yeah.
opposite.
Unless they're idling for like exactly 11 minutes and then someone calls it in, right when it reaches that threshold. Where it's like, I don't know.
I think
It's tough.
shorter is going to be really hard to enforce.
Yeah.
Not that I'm anti-shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess what's the also data on just air quality in general on that 5-minute difference? And like,
Right.
how do you collect that?
that's a great idea, yeah. Want to know, like, for every minute, what is that doing to the quality of the air?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my thought is if we're going to amend this, it would make more sense to target places where this would be worse, like in front of the schools or something.
Yeah, it's like, is that
Children
even,
breathing.
can you even enforce that? Like, yes, if you can collect the data on that in the first place, what's the difference? And then like, how can you enforce that? Who's watching that? And how can you get someone out there within 5 minutes of someone doing that?
Right.
Since-
But that might be an easier amendment to like just tack on in school zones. It has to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you can monitor that in a place that would be like school or municipal, sure.
But then, there's a question, are people idling in school zones because they're dropping their kids off? And like, that's the only way they can go about
Right.
getting their kids there? In which case, are you just punishing people
Children.
and children for, I don't know.
Taking the sweet time getting out of class.
Right.
There are signs up, the signs that we made like 30 signs, they're around town, and there are signs around the schools. So there's one by KHS, there's one by each of the schools in the city.
Right.
And then by like coffee shop, pizza places, delis.
Yeah,
Beach business
Yep, the
district,
post office.
post offices.
We did send letters to all the schools and the nursery schools, reminding them that we have this law. We didn't get anywhere on that, like, no one wrote, no one was interested. But I just want to let you know that we did that, but we aren't doing it every year. We could do it every year.
Do you have any thoughts about, do we want to do that? Do a little,
I guess I would just rather understand the data before
Yeah.
anything else. It's my only-
it seems like maybe one of those laws that's. It's like a good gesture. It's probably hard to follow through and track how effective it is.
It seems like a lot of heck. I
Right?
guess that's what I'm saying. Like all for a difference of 5 minutes. But again, I don't know. I don't have any data to support that or any way of backing that up. I'd rather just see it first. Cool. That's just my opinion.
All right, shall we move on to planning and land use?
Okay, the planning board met yesterday. And let's see, there were a couple of things on the agenda, but there was a public hearing for that boulevard site by Golden Hill and the Chateau. I'm looking to see if they had an updated site plan. I don't think so. It's just a lot line deletion and waiver. And I think they've said that for a long time. These people haven't been around for quite a while. This was the first time they've come back. Quite a while. Don't know if that's something we would comment on at this point. I think we had commented on this early on. Unless there's a significant update. Don't know. The same goes for Bluestone Court. That seems like it popped up on the agenda again. And we commented on that ages ago. That was a long time ago. That was also a public hearing. Frog Alley was on for old business.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Across from the historic ruin. That also requires a waiver.
A waiver for parking.
I'm not sure if it's for parking. And let's go back to the planning. And see what they were doing with this. I was doing something else last night, a lot of other stuff. Didn't sign on to the meeting. Yeah. Okay, let's start with the Frog Valley. Waiver request, what is the waiver? Dear members of the planning board, we'd like to make a waiver request. Okay, the goal for the waiver is to amend general standards. It cites the code reference, but let's get to the gist of it. It's a shared inner block courtyard formed by party wall structures. This type is appropriately scaled for medium and high density.
That's nothing.
It doesn't seem like it's in our, this is really the planning board.
Yeah.
This isn't us, no.
So, but the only thing happening with Frog Alley then was this waiver at this point.
Yeah, it's on whole business, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And the other one was, the thing on the boulevard. See if it's even here anymore. It's probably so far down the list that, yeah, there it is, all the way down at the bottom, January 2024. See if we had anything further or new on this. Stormwater review. Now, this site, do people know where it is? It's,
No.
it's on the Boulevard 32, the chateau is over here, Lawton Park is adjoins it. And it's come up in reference to Lawton Park, a lot of the comments are like, refer to more, you know, they're trying to stuff as many units as they can into a small site. And hence the waivers, they need waivers to do that.
Hmm.
And unified stormwater sizing requirements, that's in, checked off here. Control the peak discharge from the 100-year storm to the 100-year pre-development. Yeah. Rates. Safety pass, the 100-year storm event. So seems like they're concerned with.
Whenever you're starting it on the boulevard,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, does it?
it's like hundreds of feet above sea level,
Yeah, right.
and miles away from anywhere you want to be.
I think our concerns would be more with how it affects Lawton Park, or if it affects Lawton Park, because that's still a significant open space. And how it would affect traffic on 32. That's been an issue too. But I think we've addressed some of that previously.
All of that was addressed previously in a previous memo.
Yes, so I don't know that we had anything
But
to.
are they asking about the quantity of water
No, it doesn't.
to hold, to control the quantity of water in a certain storm so that it absorbs into the ground or gets moved off quickly?
They do have a stormwater plan. I looked at this. This is.
More than an acre?
No, it's less than, I believe it's less than an acre. I think that's the problem. That's hence the waivers. They're trying to do more than you can do on the site plan.
If it's less than an acre, they don't even need a stormwater management plan.
Maybe Sue required it. I don't know. Probably should have asked her when she was here. I think we ought to probably not go too crazy with this.
Right.
Yeah. I can look at this offline. See if we need to put a comment in on it. You can
Yeah,
see.
I guess
It's all
it
like,
sounds to me like whether, if they're only suggesting gray infrastructure, and it's separated to sewers versus combined sewers.
yeah,
If it was combined sewers, we'd want to know there was a lot of green infrastructure in there to capture the water.
So maybe we can.
So I think we should go offline on that.
yeah, all right, that's all we'll do.
But then, yeah. If it does need comments, we do have our little subcommittee.
Right, we can string that into action, yeah.
Okay,
They do have references to catch basins with drawings and, yeah, it's. Yeah.
okay. And this is, my last question about it. Is it coming up for review at the next meeting, this word?
That's hard to tell, but I would think we should, if we're gonna make comments, we should get them in before the next meeting, yes. If we're gonna do that.
Right.
And we should revisit our previous comments as well. I'll be seeing Sue on Friday on a different matter. We can ask that.
right, were there any other land use developments?
I think that probably covers us for the moment. I don't, and the other one that's been kicking around, but I don't know if it's on this one here. No, they don't have Elizabeth Street on here, on this meeting.
Oh,
Elizabeth
it's on
Manor,
one.
Elizabeth Manor, I meant to say, yeah.
Okay.
And the firehouse is on here. That's an advisory review that they're doing.
hmm
So I don't know that if they are advisory, what are we? Advisory to the advisory. I don't know. I think the city has that under control. I don't know that we need to comment on the new firehouse.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, the city is building a new firehouse.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Across the street from the current firehouse. So
Okay.
just one block away,
Sweet.
and be the new emergency operations center. And among other things.
Awesome.
And we've been told it's going to be net zero with Geo.
Hmm.
Oh. Yeah,
Well, that's a goal.
the district heating, is that what you're doing?
And,
Now just its own building.
Okay.
and as a memorialization, I submitted the large solar comments. I'm just memorializing that for the minutes.
That is on the agenda.
Oh, we have a separate item
Yeah.
for that? Okay, then I won't memorialize it, we'll memorialize it later. Okay. So we're gonna go back and look again at 160 Boulevard. That's water pollution prevention. And I think that covers it, right?
I think so.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so on to native plantings / pollinator gardens.
I don't think we've done anything.
I don't think we have either.
And then more to do.
I need to think where did we left off? We had like put everything together.
I put everything in the Google Drive.
Yeah,
And
okay,
I mean,
So-
that's just the guide. We can do other things, of course, with native plantings, pollinator gardens, but.
Yeah.
We have any plans right now.
no, we had talked last time about developing some outreach, flyers or something that could
Mhm.
connect to this.
That's
Do
right.
we want to? We didn't decide then about whether we wanted to do that. As a group and then use some of our budget to print it this year.
We have very little time for that.
We do, but I feel like we could probably put together like a,
Very basic.
very basic flyer thing with the QR code.
Yeah,
My thought is that seems like a really good, like simple project for us to do. That uses our budget this year and sets us up to do more outreach next year.
Mhm.
So I think it would be the thing that would make sense to do. And I'm willing to volunteer also to
Okay.
put the flyer together.
Yep. Great.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
We
Great.
need to get the thing on the website so we can get a QR code for it.
Yes, that's step one.
Yes.
Yeah, if ever wanted to ever get that process again, QR code. We talked about that last. Maybe.
If you put it on the website, or if you give it to me,
Yeah.
whatever you want me to put on to some website, in some way, I can do that.
Yeah.
But the QR code just gonna go to the website? Or to a sub page that I'm creating? Question mark.
That's, I don't know. Do we want to just link to the Google? Probably not. We probably do want to put it on the website.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
as we said that we
So-
wanted to redesign or design the QR code on that flyer, but we didn't update the website
in order to do the
in
QR
order to
code.
do the QR code.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Okay.
where we kind of laid it up last time. Because I
Yeah.
said I wanted to, or I said would do also the redesign,
Awesome,
but
great.
we didn't have the updates on the website.
Yes.
So that's how we went and fixed it.
Okay, so maybe we can, since outreach is the next thing, maybe we can just combine these two items right now and talk through. I think there's only like 3 steps to this, but we need to make sure that
It sounds like we need to start with the website.
I think so. Okay, so there are some website updates. I need to send them to you so that they can go onto the website.
Okay.
And that would be new. Then we need to make a new page that has the pollinator guide on it.
So it would be a sub-page or it would just be a link from the main page?
I think a sub-page makes the most sense because if it's a link from the main page, it would link to like
Something.
Google or something. And we'd rather have it posted on the city website, I think.
Okay.
That way, the city website is rock solid. Oh, wait, or is it changing?
I love that you led with. It's true.
It's changing, right? So, okay, so actually, a
About to
URL.
do is going to be temporary, but.
Okay, so we only do a QR
Right, so
code
we
to,
do link to the
we do it to Google. Or is there somewhere else we can host
We're
it?
to get migrated, so the changing of the website shouldn't change anything.
Shouldn't change the keyword.
I don't know.
Okay,
I'd be afraid that it would,
yeah.
and that would make all of these things useless because they have a.
So maybe, not to push this off, but let's see what happens with the website first.
Well, when is the website getting updated?
Anytime.
Yeah, but we have until December 31st, right, to spend the rest of the money.
December 31st for me to encumber it.
Okay.
So that means that if you want to have a formal production of something, as in me not printing it on my copy machine, I would need to have the design or design-ish, get a quote for that production of how much you want, and then get a purchase order for that and encumber it in the purchase order. Which all is perfectly fine in the timeline right now, if you have an idea of what I'm asking for. I don't even have to have the design necessarily, I just need to have can I please have a quote for 250 tri-fold, full color X?
Yeah,
Instead of, I guess, rushing to get the design for this thing that for a website that may or may not be what we're going for, could we use it for something else? Like say, we talked about the banner for the.
Yes, I have information about
we
that.
approved the banner.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I have a quote for a 24 by 72 inch banner, vinyl, single-sided with the CAC logo and text, which could either look like this, or neither.
Okay. Or the top one. I like the top one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Folder.
Yeah, maybe bolder.
And
Right?
the quote is for, I don't want to guess how much,
Oh, now I'm scared.
350.
Yeah, I think 378.
378.
Yeah.
8616.
Oh,
With plenty of money.
wow. So you
Can we get a couple of those then?
Why would you get a couple?
Different seasons, does it help?
Okay, so, just to finalize this, I don't need to get any more quotes because that's a ridiculously low number. Is there one of these two, people like the top one better?
Yeah, the top is good. Oh, what font is that?
These,
It's decent.
easily standard
The one
font.
with the bigger letters.
It could be any font we want it to be. What font do you want it to be?
Isn't
Not
there a Kingston font?
Yep.
For things?
That's it.
That's it?
That's the one.
No, it's a different one.
There's no Kingston font.
Can we make a Kingston one?
No,
They use like Montserrat or something.
we'd like to change the font.
No, it's
No,
no,
I think it's fine.
they're talking.
Well, then you now have, $800 or $914.
Okay, let's,
Oh.
let's do these QR.
Well, sorry, have you accounted for
You
the,
already pre-approved this up to $200.
Oh, but
we did,
Uh,
there's the air quality.
sensor for 500, right?
If I ever get an invoice for it from
Okay.
Eli, yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Or there seemed to be, the last thing, yeah, frankly, the chances of that happening in 25 are probably slim based on Eli's
Right.
current situation.
Yeah. well, what about Desiree Lyle, the other person
Oh,
on
yeah.
Sesh?
Yeah, maybe we should go to someone else, or even maybe Malia could help us.
Yeah, I think we should.
get
Yeah,
an invoice.
The thing is, it wasn't as easy as like, oh, let's just send them an invoice. It was like, I think it was more complex, like they were trying to work with the company to bring the cost down and like do a bulk purchase and but I can follow up because it is a budget, time limited budget question. But let's say let's say it did pull through and it were $500, then we would say that you would have spent $586.16. Me leaving $440.
Yeah. So,
I say we do the QR code thing.
yeah,
We just post it on Google as a PDF. Sucks, but it is.
it'll do, yeah,
Really fine. So you're okay?
I can design that.
Cool.
And then how many do we want?
Well, we're gonna do like postcard size, right? Is that right? Or do you want
Yeah,
to
I could imagine a lot of things. Postcard size is good.
So. I don't know.
You're envisioning a postcard with a QR code saying, want to know more about pollinators, go to this QR code?
And maybe like a little like picture and summary
And the audience,
wherever the table or
Cool, yeah.
people on the street.
Alright, coming to Earth Fair.
Earth Day, right? So maybe two. That's
I don't know how much money do.
$414,
Can that guess?
probably 75,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, well, the other thing is we could do the same and do a better anti-idling.
Why not
We could do
both?
something on anti-idling.
We could do both.
Are you able to do both?
I could do both.
Yeah,
I
it's just a
could-
matter if we have the time to do it.
My household is really interested in this anti-idling law, so I can get someone to do it.
Nice.
But what do we want to say about it? Just,
There is
beware.
there's already a,
We already have one, but it was hand done. Yeah.
well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Oh, hand done like you printed it. Okay, but there's a design.
oh yeah, those are the sign.
Is it good?
I can bring it up while we're talking.
That would be easy.
That would be easy.
This would be a brochure,
It's like
Is this
a
the
rack
flyer?
card size,
postcard?
rack card.
Oh, rack
Like a
card. Okay.
Third of a sheet.
But yeah, if you wanna. I'm gonna be home for all of December, so.
Nice.
Okay, sweet. What? So. More time for interviews. So.
Seems like all of us maybe one handed.
Kick you off. Gotta be careful.
Oh, we also had a burning wood
With that fireplace one,
field.
that one, I'm wondering if we have the
Yeah.
political.
While she's looking, the ones we have is lawn mowing or switching to electric powered lawn gear, lawn equipment, and one on the anti-idling, and they were actually one on one side and one on the other. And then way back, we had the wood burning.
Well, it's a good place to start.
That is good. Okay. So would we also want to, if we're gonna do like 200, maybe, I think that seems reasonable.
We could do more. We don't want money. Right now.
Well, I mean, at any given table, how many could we possibly give away? 50?
Maybe.
Like if we force them on people?
Yeah.
So are we gonna vote on this tonight or in December?
Well, how about we do a little vote just to say, let's move forward with it in terms of our preparation. Just get ready to do it. That way, it would help hold me accountable.
Okay.
Or we could just.
The vote wouldn't be for the action, it would be for allocating a certain amount of money, up to a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Do that, okay, so what are we thinking? Uh,
To 100 for each.
that sounds great. Okay. So
So that's a motion, I would make a motion to spend up to 100 for each outreach material item that would.
We'll second that.
all in favor?
Uh,
All right,
Hi,
nice.
I am not finding what I'm gonna be looking for.
there sometimes are some in the display when you exit the city hall.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
We can send it on later.
great.
I could probably send it right now.
do you have it?
I probably emailed it to you a long time ago.
Yes. All right, well, if you can find it, that's better than what I'm currently not finding.
Okay,
Um,
I'll see what I can do. It's very hard to use a mouse with my left hand. All right, what's
So-
next?
Jen, you had an idea about
Yes,
outreach?
it goes into socials. So I sent around a Google Doc of social media drafts, I suppose. I like ideas and little graphics I've made. I don't know if anyone has had a chance to look at that. Sounds like Kevin maybe. Maybe not. But it's very general things like next meeting is, this time and place. Or, there's smoke because of whatever. It's better than that. But so my thought, because we were talking about how we want to do 2 posts approved for the month to the next meeting. We could do one on the Kingston Organics, because that is a very hot topic right now. We have the thing in the mail. So we could post about that. We could just read over something. And then I thought we could either do, or we could do both of these, post about the next meeting in December. And a post being like, do you want to join the CAC? Here's how. It's very basic, like, journal posts.
I think that's a great idea. And then we can point people towards something that's like, hip, cool, up to date, when we
Yes.
talk with them
Oh,
on the street
yes,
about.
right,
the
yeah,
CAC.
like, check out our Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Instagram, yeah. Sounds hip to me.
Yeah.
Cool, alright.
Sounds good to me.
So, like, do we need I can just post those, do we need like any kind of motion or anything?
I think that could just be an action item.
Okay.
On the board.
Okay.
There's one motion we could do it, but
Okay.
I don't think it's necessary.
Nice. Thanks for doing that, Jen.
Yeah.
So. This isn't social media, but this is outreach adjacent. We have this really good, natural resource network gathering of people who live in Kingston and the area. This last week. Do we want to like plug this group at the next
I
one?
think
of
that might be
those
good, I was
meetings?
thinking about that too, we could probably bring like a little flyer, like little.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
They're like
join us.
super passionate people and.
And
we
a
could
lot of them
definitely-
live in Kingston. So,
Exactly,
Yeah, I
so,
think that's a good idea. Oh. Oh, we like that.
okay,
Oh,
It's 1/3 of that, obviously.
right.
It's wordy.
Yeah.
I like the law,
Like the one, so it really drives them.
yeah.
Certain things, yeah.
Yeah, send it. I'd kind of like to see something that's like, this many children die of asthma every year.
Oh.
You know, something that's like, oh my God, you know, something shocking.
Upset people.
Yeah, upset people, so.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to do that. That's like-
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, this was done in a hurry and,
It just becomes a sensitized.
but anything better would be great.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
So you were talking about, I didn't hear you.
We were talking about this in-person group that Jen
Yeah, I invited you, Emily, the Natural Resource Network.
Yeah.
Which we hosted the first one recently at Kingston Standard, which went pretty well. There's like 13 people there. It'd be great to keep doing it. You know, we've got some different location options and I think people are really interested. Everyone could make it that night, so.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to go. Someone came up.
I
with
think
stuff.
that's great.
Yeah, we did it in Dutchess County and it's been super successful and it's been really fun, so. Just makes sense to do it here, so. Yeah, and we can plug the group and we can do it and
Yeah, sweet,
push our agenda.
that's right. Our one page.
I can still be Pittsburgh Flyers.
Oh, we can bring our postcards, Michigan.
That's amazing. Wow, so, wait, yeah, we give away,
You have up to $100.
So, by the way, back to that, my action on that is you want me to get quote for what?
we haven't decided on any, maybe what? You would say 200 each?
Yeah.
So you want rack cards? What size? Postcards, rack cards?
I'm more of a fan of postcards.
How big is a rack card?
Yeah,
It's a third piece of paper.
Oh, one of those things. Yeah, those postcards, right?
This is our.
What are you going to hold on to?
definitely postcard.
What if we actually made them postcards though?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was gonna.
Oh,
You're gonna mail them?
make other people mail?
Could you could mail, they could mail them, like I love living in Kingston so much that they.
Mail an anti-alien postcard.
Assume you know how much an EDPM is, since I just said one, everywhere direct now, we're talking like 5 to 6K.
No, but
It's
he's-
6,000 households.
But you're talking about making it like a postcard that somebody could send, like one you would buy at like a
Yeah,
travel store
right,
for fun.
like the size of a postcard,
And you put a stamp on it and then you send
yeah.
it.
I mean, if you make it nice stuff, sure.
I don't know, I'm trying
Yeah,
to think.
you can always design it so you can put a stamp on it, and if you don't, you don't.
Right, I know, but I kind of like that as a
Very
design idea.
It's like what
Because-
bars do that a lot.
Right, exactly, and the thing is, you actually hold on to postcards because you might mail them at some point,
Yes,
that's what I do.
not the,
It would
But
be
rack cards,
interesting.
because those just get lost in.
Yeah, they get recycled, but then you put a postcard up on your fridge and you're waiting for the right time to send it, and then it never happens, but then.
And we're supporting our postal service.
Yeah,
I think that's funny. I think if you can design it.
I really love this.
I'm on board with that.
I would send. it.
So 250 postcard size,
200 of each is what we're saying, so 400.
and then do you want them to be how do we want them to be? Are they gonna be double sided? Is it gonna be glossy? Is it gonna be full color, full bleed?
Full color, glossy. I guess we set up to what, 200?
100 each.
100 each, so I guess that depends on how many we can actually do with, if it's
Right.
more of a postcard-esque thing. Which I don't know,
Just love that idea now.
but I think,
Yeah.
but it might be more money. than
Right.
Do you want-
originally thought.
Can you do a quote for? So postcard would be double sided,
Do you want more money? We can change our little.
well, I don't know.
Yeah, because it depends on how much it costs. to
Yeah.
do it in the first place.
You want me to make a new motion?
You're gonna amend the motion? I think
Very
The way I had it to the $100, we wanted $100 each on.
I said $100 each originally.
That's what I,
Okay, but we could change it to $200 each, so we have the money. We should probably spend it. Let's do $200.
Probably should.
Okay, what do we amend the motion? I amend the motion. Make it $200 each.
Whoever made the motion can make the amendment, whoever seconded it has to second it. Or somebody can, anyone can second it. The amendment, I guess.
Right. So I just made the motion because I made the original motion.
And I will definitely second it again.
All in favor of the amendment?
Hi,
I agree.
All right. I'll keep passing this around for the next month. We'll see what this turns into.
Yeah, just make sure you get Julie the details, she.
So one of them is gonna be pollinator and one of them is going to be.
It's not pollinators, it's native plants, right?
Well, it's both, yeah, I guess it's more focused on native plants.
Yeah.
Or pollinators, well. No, I guess.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
native plants.
Okay, well, and I was gonna ask for both of those, if you have any nice pictures relating to them that you think would be catchy or whatever, please send them to me. I don't know what's catchy in a nice picture for idling, but
You bopping behind the car?
that's,
Take a picture of Julie.
yeah. I think we need like a kid though, like getting blasted with tailpipe.
I'm not volunteering.
Okay,
Brendan, I gotta get it moving pretty soon. I can't stay for the whole meeting. I should have said that originally.
okay, well, we can move on to wetland preservation.
Yeah, I don't, do we have anything on wetland preservation?
Not at this moment. Do we want to start anything? I also feel like maybe not. I feel like we, yeah, decided, right? Okay, so let's move on to the tree ordinance. Emily, did you have comments about that you want to get in first?
I just wanted to make sure you knew that this was going in front of, laws and rules tomorrow.
Oh,
And, so if, I was planning on going, and I think I'll be back in town. I'm not sure we're ready to back it or anything. This was more that I wanted to make sure you knew that that it's moving forward.
what time is that meeting?
Six.
6:30.
Okay,
I
That's-
think, I have Kingston Land Trust meeting.
okay. I can go.
And I'm not, and I haven't, I didn't check the agenda. So we definitely need to check the agenda and see if it's still on.
I didn't see it on the agenda, but I saw it in the board package for the Common Council laws and rules in early November.
Yes, exactly. That's why we need to make sure it's on there. Cause that's how I found it too.
Yeah, yeah, and I noted that, Brent made quite a few changes.
You're going?
Yeah.
Do you wanna see it, Brant?
I have a copy. But I mean, you're getting, I mean, I looked at it online, so if you're getting rid of a copy, I take the physical one.
I'm not getting rid of it, but we
Okay.
can do
No,
that and just
it's
get
okay.
rid of it.
The changes I picked up on were an exemption for management plans, which was one of my comments. The poplar, the hybrid poplar as an invasive, and I'm not 100% sure that is an invasive, speaking, but it acts like one, and they included it on the list, so, okay. And then, the black locusts, and he's still going around with those. He has them as an undesirable species, but it's subject to permitting and a slew of other issues. So I'm not sure about that. But that was just a preliminary review. I didn't dive into it, neither has Tom O'Dowd over at Kingston Trust.
Well, he didn't ask us to comment any further.
No.
I mean, we can always comment. I don't have any comment.
I'm not sure I do either. And he mostly addressed my comments except for the black locust, and he sort of tried to address it and sort of addressed it in a manner that if we have management plans like Kingston Land Trust does, the black locust probably is not an issue. I would also take a look at the fee schedule. I think my eyes sort of went, whoa. How many zeros on that? Yeah. And it might have been there before, but he had it. Circumference of a weight tree at the diameter times pi. So it didn't give you the actual dollar amount. Now he's got the dollar
Oh, I
amount.
see. Right.
Yeah, they were in, thousands.
Is that in there?
Yes.
So,
So the protected tree removal fee schedule is if the trunk DBH, which is the
Right.
diameter breast height, is less than 10 inches, it's $1,250. 10 to 12 inches, 2,000, 20 to 30 inches, 3,000, greater than 30 inches, 4,000. Meaning, you go rogue without permission, cut down a tree greater than 30 inches, you will be charged $4,000 by the city.
hence the management plans. We all need management plans. Sure.
Without replacement of. Well, actually, I'm speaking out of turn. I'm probably omitting information that's valuable, but those are the numbers that are here.
What's the name?
Yeah. You're also only have it. Everyone else is blind.
I have all the versions as PDFs and I was
Yeah,
trying to figure. I mean, the progression of the changes and edits.
I think this would be a good thing for us to be familiar with. Yeah, although I think it makes sense that we're not commenting on it because I feel like outside of your earlier comments about specific management practices and trees, I think the scope of this ordinance is maybe beyond our purview.
I read some comments as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like the
you had
first version.
really good comments on the
Thank you. You
species.
did incorporate some of my comments, not. But. Okay.
The black locust. You
I didn't, no, I commented on all of it. He rejected that. So
Interested, did he tell you why?
he said that we're not concerned about shrubs and autumn olive on some of the properties I work on are not shrubs. So
Hmm.
it's fine.
Right.
Not my tree ordinance.
So do we have any? We have no action items with this, right? Other than this meeting is tomorrow. Some of us will go. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's. Good. All right, next item is solar zoning.
Yeah. So I can report on that. I went to the well, I wrote a letter and some of you commented on it. And I went to the meeting that was held during the day on Friday. I can't remember what day it was, but anyway. And it was a very cordial meeting and we learned a lot. And so the summary for this is that I only looked at solar. I didn't look at wind or anything because because I just didn't, but also it was mostly they wanted us to cover, SoulSmart asked us to cover what we have called large solar. So the point for this, and there's a couple of things. One, I showed the definition of large and small that NYSERDA uses, and we fall into almost nothing in the city of Kingston would probably be a large solar system according to NYSERDA. Let me know if you don't want to know all this information, by the way. Anyway, so because large solar is larger than 5 megawatts or 5,000 kilowatts. And these would be, so the 5 kilowatts or less is something that Kingston would have. And so I just suggested that if they make any changes in the form-based code, that they just actually like give that definition, even though, and then we can talk about what the city is defining as small. And basically what the form-based code right now says is that if it's not small, it's larger. And the smaller is very small. First of all, for sorry about this. For the rooftop, you can fill your roof with solar. So there's not really a problem with size then, because it will fit on because you can, right now it basically says you can fill your roof. So that there's no kind of size restriction. And then, but then if it's, so then we go into ground mounted. And right now, we can assume the ground mounted would not exceed the 5,000 kilowatt anyway, but right now it says that, and the reason for that is if we only use parking lots, then there's no way you can get more than 5,000 kilowatts in the existing parking lots. And then the definition that was defined as small. Okay, so let me start over. If the largest parking lot is 3.3 acres, and the biggest size of array you could get in there was 600 kilowatts. So if we only allow on parking lots, and they would be then shade structures, then it's definitely small. And then for the smallest, what they define, I'm sorry, I haven't looked at this for a while, so I'm going back and forth. They basically said in the code right now says that a ground mountain can only be 600 square feet. That's very tiny. So, but that's what the definition of small is. And so anything over 600 square feet is large. And the largest we're going to have, if we only go with parking lots, is 3.3. So, so basically, so what I suggested is that first of all, anytime there is a ground mounted solar, that it should provide shade, and that you should distinguish between larger scale ground mounted solar over impervious surfaces and those over natural land surfaces. And so I'm looking at this. Julie, did you bring it up? No. Okay. So there's one sentence that we decided to change, and that was define the updated farm-based code should distinguish between larger scale ground mounted solar over impervious surfaces. I'm sorry. And then, but we are Xing out including gravel or compacted lawn surfaces. So it'd be anything over impervious surfaces should be defined separately than that over natural land surfaces. And then we suggested that you just avoid everything over natural land surfaces. And then there's a map of what is natural land, or what is the community preservation plan, which is what we really consider natural land surfaces, and basically say avoid building ground mounted solar in any of those areas. And they were fine with that. And then I quoted, but I did quote the renewable energy plan, implementation plan, which said that unless there's going to be some kind of ecological benefit like agrivoltaics. And they seem to be fine with that. So the only thing I took out again was that one sentence about, or that one that I took out gravel or compacted lawn surfaces. So it's impervious surfaces or other natural land surfaces. Basically saying that if you want to put solar in, you should put it in on rooftops or in parking lots. And then there was a little bit discussion about the one that the city is putting on First Avenue. And Sue made the point that the city doesn't have to follow any zoning that the city government doesn't have to follow the zoning. But it didn't seem like that was a big problem anyway. But the two big solar arrays already are at the Point of Praise, and then there's one for Kingston, the Radio Kingston. Those are already there. And I would say that probably what we're saying is that they might not, under what I'm suggesting, we wouldn't have any more of those that are really large if they're over natural land surfaces. Anyway, so sorry for kind of stumbling through this. I'm kind of discombobulated from this injury.
No worries. Thanks for that summary, and thanks for writing this letter.
I do want to say that it was really, really important to have that renewable energy implementation plan, because it really helped make these decisions, or to think about the system, because they have the impervious surfaces and the rooftops and everything else. So anyway, they didn't seem to object. There was no objection. They were fine. They just wanted to understand it.
Nice. It'll be cool to see what they end up doing with that definition of large.
Yeah.
What's in there?
And anyway, I don't have any idea of how far they're going, or or what their progress is and how they're moving along.
Yeah, I think your comments.
So are there any questions about that?
I think your comments were well received after I spoke to Tanya Garment after the meeting, and it seemed like everything was well received that you did.
Nice.
What may not be as well received is what Climate Smart is doing with battery storage. It's a whole different discussion. They may have some issue with that, but we'll leave that to their board. Of course. Their board.
And this letter was sent to Climate Smart.
Being the zoning task force, being their board, not Climate Smart.
So I have to go, but I do want to say that the EMC didn't meet, and neither did, and I didn't go to public safety, and public safety is not meeting in November. But thank you for putting up with me. And I will say my presentation to the zoning group was way better than the one I just did. So, anyway, so that's all. I'm sorry I can't stay.
Good luck with your
Alright.
recovery.
Yeah,
Safe travels tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
All right, that takes us then to new business. Do we have any new business? No. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Communications. That's good. Can I talk a little bit about? Well, I guess, actually, I've always been a little confused. What is communications as this big point for? Is that communication?
Technically, this is here is if someone reaches out to me or any of us saying, hey, can you talk to the CAC about this? This would be, have there been any communications outside of us asking the CAC to do review, be at, whatever? So if there's nothing listed here, then there would be no communications.
Thank you. Announcements? Okay, events. All right, so we can move on to reports and updates. Nothing from public safety. Climate smart.
Climate smart, yeah, this goes back to the battery storage that I just mentioned, a communication was sent to the mayor, that's my understanding. There was a climate smart comment period. And it's in early November to the mayor, and I don't know where that's at presently. Have you heard anything?
I don't think it hasn't gone to him yet.
She hasn't sent it?
I don't know if it was finalized.
Well, she said she was sending it November 7th, but
Oh.
I don't know.
If it was have,
Yeah.
I don't have any information to think that has happened.
Okay, well, that was the big ticket item there, climate smart, that got kicked around.
Yeah.
But, and that could have, I had discussed a little of that with, Tanya involved, because she's on the zoning task force. And I got the feeling there could be some pushback there that, well, why would we want to be putting battery storage in an urbanized area? That was the question that got thrown back at me. And I think that's one of the issues that they're dealing with in Ulster at the moment with Alpes.
Right.
So I don't know, I don't have the answers to any of those. So, and if it hasn't gone to the mayor, then it's just pending, yes. Other than that, we just covered the usual repair cafes, updates and, Julie ran us through the sustainability projects and that sort of thing. There was no, the major resolution was on batteries. So just a bit big. Emily Jason's comments. And Emily Jason works in NYSERDA, so she's a professional in the field. As are quite a number of the people on the climate commission. So I think that covers it, unless we have anything further.
All right, then we can. I don't know if we need to dwell on NISAC any longer. I guess an update if you didn't go, a short one. The conference was great. There were like 160 people there. Lots of good talks. Jen talked about how she was roasted by the crowd. But actually she gave a great presentation. We did learn about some of the other things that CACs are doing across the state, and they're doing a lot of awesome work. I think it would make sense to stay connected with some of those people.
Anything of them.
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. There was like so much of them. That was the thing.
Yeah, I really
It
liked
was,
what was it, what did you call it, the vine cutting warriors or something like that?
yes,
Down in Westchester County,
Yeah.
I think it was, where she has this like group of volunteers and they cut vines every spring. Which is pretty cool, and they've got like a cache of tools and.
yeah,
That's good.
they use like high school volunteers to do.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, while we're on the topic though, this other person had this presentation about an alternative to plastic turf. It was like drain tiles underneath grass turf fields.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah, they were like, you know how they have like drain tiles in farms, places, it like helps the water not accumulate and
Right.
keep, yeah. So this is like some system, they're the drain tiles, they can take water away so it doesn't pool, but then they can also pump water back up and water the turf. without any evaporation loss.
There was an attempt to use those in some of the public parks in Philadelphia, but
Okay.
they got destroyed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because people just like to destroy things down there. So yeah, all the system got backed up. They like tried it in a couple areas underneath 95 because they're redeveloping that whole area
Yeah.
along the highway, and then a lot of people started because it was a new area. A lot of people set up camps there
Yeah.
and live under 95, and then they just obliterated that whole process. So
Okay. Maybe that won't happen at Deep State.
yeah, probably, but it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But they
That's
were
really-
trying to like feel out these whole, because it's also right next to the Delaware River, so there was this whole flooding issues that they've always had there, and they were trying to think of new ways to solve that and kind of revitalize the area and not just make it an underpass.
So interesting.
And then basically, yeah, a lot of people were kicked out of one side of the city, and they're like, "That's a nice new area."
Yeah.
And then they set up camp and just kind of clogged it all up,
Yeah.
sadly.
Dang. That's
It's a
really
nice area. There's a lot of nice lighting. And it keeps people out of the rain, so
that
flip
is
side to it.
big. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Um. Okay, so we can pass on the EMC, on to community preservation.
Yeah, I mean, not much to report. We looked at some of the towns in Massachusetts that have similar programs, and how those are going, and what their process is. I analyzed like the last 5 or 6 years of data from Kingston, as if we had a community preservation fund during that time. So we looked at some of those numbers, like what our fund would be if we had this for the next 5 years, which is interesting, and I'm gonna adjust it for the next meeting. Is there anything else?
Well, I think we're meeting tomorrow morning, yeah.
We are, yes, so see you guys in like 12 hours.
I will be there.
Oh, Kara went over some of her maps. She adjusted her maps. They
Yeah.
show areas without parks and areas where we could have connectivity to natural
Oh.
areas. So like we're looking at these two extremes, which is really interesting
Yeah,
compared to what's in the community preservation plan. So
that's
Cool
really
maps.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
they're fun to look at.
Yeah, and I think Bert was our board chair, was talking about developing historic preservation acquisition standards for the fund.
Oh, that's
And that should be coordinated with what Suzanne and Ethan are doing in planning in terms of historic preservation, because they're trying to get do a historic preservation plan.
right. That's right. Because that would be really helpful.
Yeah, and if we jump out in front of them and they do something different, we're gonna be like hanging over the edge, so. to
Right.
speak.
We can talk about this more tomorrow, but
Yeah.
we should base our stuff on that.
Yeah, that's gotta be coordinated. so-
Yeah.
Well, that's.
nice.
So not too much going on.
What was the ballpark number for how much money the fund would have had?
Would have had,
Like
oh
in a hypothetical?
my god, I don't have it in front.
Oh, that's okay.
I also had the wrong, potentially the wrong median income, was that it? I had some wrong number that I need to adjust, but whatever. It was pretty significant, I think. Not tell you any number.
Right, cool. Was that, and you got like the housing sales data or something?
Julie grabbed it, yeah, and I put in the Excel formulas and it's been
Nice.
showing some things, so
Sweet.
I can send that around if you guys want to see it.
I'd love to see it. I'd also like to see these maps. Are those accessible to people or is it
No.
just?
We're not going outside the board yet.
No, I've already asked.
Okay. Fair enough.
If you want to be appointed for a 7-year term, then maybe.
For 7 years. I'll be president.
It's off first, Eli. He's wants Eli's off. I think it's first, right?
No, I'm the 7-year person.
Oh, wait, Eli's
One-year
one-year person.
Eli's the 1-year person.
Yeah.
Are those meetings open to the public though?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
I think actually my boss is coming
Yeah.
tomorrow.
No, really?
Not tomorrow morning. Since calendar.
He sent me a note today saying he wasn't, so maybe he
Oh,
changed.
bummer.
But you can-
Yeah. Okay. Kingston Organics, big news.
I hope you got your mailer in the mail.
You did.
Yeah. And I hope you took action with it. Yeah. Touch my baby. Yeah, so registration has launched. We launched it a couple days ago. More than 200 families have already registered.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
200?
More than 200.
So
It's constantly updated. Probably
fantastic.
more since I've just been sitting here. We are having a public meeting on the 20th, to, tell people about it if they want more information. So there's a Zoom at noon and live at 5. If people want to attend, but otherwise, the current Sundance phase 1 is still doing great. We're surpassed 83 tons of diversion so
Wow.
far, 650 families. And when people sign up for phase 2, they automatically get also access to phase 1. So,
That's good.
it's going well so far. We're excited about it.
Do you have an idea of how many families are new in phase 2?
I haven't asked my intern to analyze that, but that is something that would be a good, interesting piece of. Oh, yes, I do. We have asked that question because the question in the
Survey.
in the registration,
Yeah,
I think. I think it's the question in the registration. Do you currently participate in phase 1?
right.
I don't know.
Will we be able to see the results of that survey at some point
The survey?
or the registration questions?
So there's 2 things here. One is we did issue a survey. The
Wow.
second is registration is out. The survey, we got like a ridiculous amount of response, like 250 people. Which is unbelievably high for a survey.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that. And we analyzed it. Is that something that would be discussed publicly? I suppose I could do a synopsis of the survey at the next meeting.
I think that'd be really interesting,
Okay.
but that's also just me, so I, you know.
Okay, I can do a synopsis at the next meeting.
Thanks. How did that survey go out? Is it?
Just name
You
it.
might have, okay. I think somehow I missed it. Sad. I wanted it to be a data point. Yeah.
I'm not
Probably intentionally remove you from the list.
Jeez.
sure.
But if you sign up, give you too close.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You can't stop me from registering though. Maybe you could. Okay. Is there anything else then that we want to touch on?
Just affirm the meeting attendance for the 9th, because I'm now aware of at least one person not being able to attend. Which is me. Yep.
Ah,
Is everyone else available on the 9th?
yes.
Should I sound like, and I don't know. Like. So I'm going to assume yes.
Great. Maybe,
But
Send out.
this means that, like, 4, because we need 4. But. So.
so we just need either Emily or.
Or Malia. At least one of those is.
Okay,
So that is only a couple of weeks away. It's fine. And then at that meeting, we will decide about the January meeting and the January schedule. January, we will have the election for officers. That's it.
great. Can we get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
One second.
All in favor? All right, then unanimously, we motion to adjourn at 7:30 on the dot. Pretty good.